Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal. I am a part-time online reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. And today we're going over what sold on those platforms from May 1st through May 15th of 2022. First of all, I just want to say, I can't believe it's mid-May. It's actually the 18th is when I'm filming this. The weather here has been kind of crazy. It was like super cold in April, and then all of a sudden May, it's like a heat wave. So I hope that your weather is cooperating in your area. But I have seen an increase in sales, which is good because we are entering the summer slowdown. At least that's what people call it. I don't know if I really believe in it. I just keep listing the same things that I list all the time, every day. Consistency is key. So keep that in mind going into the summer months. I am also happy to report that I had at least one sale on every platform. As always, we're going to start on Facebook Marketplace. I sold a keychain from my Amazon jewelry lot that I got from Via Trading. It was actually a stepdad themed keychain, which I thought would be perfect for Father's Day, which is coming up next month. It did have a little thing on the side that said stepdad of the bride, but the main portion said something about thank you for being the father that you didn't have to be, which I think is such a sweet sentiment. Someone purchased this for $6. The customer actually asked me to take off that little stepdad of the bride because she wasn't getting married. So I did take it off for her and it sold for $6. There was a 54-cent fee, giving me a profit of $5.46. And then surprisingly, almost around the same day that keychain sold, I sold another piece of jewelry from my Amazon lot on Mercari. These were Jewel Star. That was the brand. At least that's what the box said. I don't actually know if it was the true brand. Cubic zirconia stud earrings. These were super simple, but very nice, well made. And they sold for $10. There was $1.59 in fees, and that gives me a profit of $8.41. Moving on to Poshmark, where I had 15 sales. I am going to start going over every sale unless I have like a ridiculous amount that the video would just be too long. But this time I had a lot of cool sales and I want to share them with you. And also I am working on my watch time hours. If you are not familiar with getting monetized on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers, but you also need to have 4,000 watch time hours. And those hours fluctuate based on how many videos you put out, who watches it, obviously, and how long your videos are. So if the longer my videos are, the more watch time hours I'm going to get, hopefully. That's my plan. So again, on Poshmark, I had 15 sales. The first sale was a Talbot's Outlet navy blue signature pants. These were like a twill fabric. They came out of my Cozy Threads Talbot's box. They sold for $12 with discounted shipping. I did only make $1.89 out of them, but they were pretty basic and they were a little bit faded, so I was happy to make a profit at all. The next item was a pair of Levi's 501 buttonfly straight leg jeans. These actually sold in a few hours. I think like 2 or 3 hours. I had listed them and then someone sent me an offer for $25, which they were only listed for $30, so I absolutely took it. This came from my most recent ThredUp denim box and I was happy to make a decent profit on that. Next, another pair of pants. These were a pair of Apartment 9 black slim fit men's dress pants. These were sent to me in my ThredUp bulk rescue box, my 50 pounds that I did back in January or February, I believe. It was actually kind of hard to decide whether they were men's or women's because Apartment 9 is sold at Kohl's and they kind of look like they could be men's or women's. But based off of, me using the style number and everything, I did find that they were men's. So someone purchased them for $18 and that was the full asking price. The next sale was a free to me item. It was a vintage 1956 Ladies Home Journal Treasury hardcover book. It did have a dust jacket on it. It was like the history of Ladies Home Journal, like when they started, and they included some posters and magazine covers and some more interesting facts. Really nice condition for being a book from the 1950s. I sent someone an offer for $20. I did offer a little bit more discounted shipping than I usually do. I usually only do $1.72, but this time I did do $2.68 and the person accepted. And again, that was a free to me item, so pure profit. Next was the last pair of shoes that I got from a bulk box, and that's BULQ. I purchased this box back in 2019. They were all Target items, but they were all new with tagged shoes, and thankfully this is my last pair. So it was a pair of universal thread Norel brown mules. These were a size 11 and they sold for $12, and I still made a decent profit of over $5. I'm so happy that those are gone. Next is another pair of jeans from my ThredUp denim rescue box. It was a pair of Loft skinny leg jeans. These were faded black. Don't know if they were supposed to be like that or just from being worn, but obviously I notated it. And they also had these really cool zipper details at the ankle and fake zipper pockets below the normal pockets. They sold for $14, and that was an offer I sent to the customer. Next is a Perlina large leather wallet, or I think it could have been used as like a crossbody purse because it did have little loops on the side that you could put a strap, but I did not have it. This I actually purchased from ThredUp's outlet center. It sold for $24, and that was an offer that I sent the customer. And then another purse sold. This was the Sac Tan crochet purse. It was just kind of a plain the Sac purse. I've definitely seen more colorful ones, but for someone who likes neutrals, I thought it would be perfect. I did pick this back up in 2019, and surprisingly, it took a while for it to sell, but finally it did sell for my full asking price of $20. Then we have a pair of heels that I don't understand why they didn't sell. It's a great brand. It's Badgley Mishka. I hope I said that right. And it's a pair of black slingback floral rose heels. They had these cute little roses at the toe line, very strappy, perfect for like a wedding or formal event. They got so much interest on eBay specifically, and also Poshmark. I think I relisted them at least 10 times in the past couple of years, and people just didn't want to bite. So finally, when someone sent me a $20 offer, I know, for Badgley Mishkas, that's really cheap. I took it. I was like, have it, go. I'm so tired of relisting them. They were such a beautiful pair of heels, and I did get feedback. I got 5 stars, and the customer said that unfortunately they were a little bit too high, but she said she's going to make them work to whatever event she's wearing them to. So thankful for that sale. Next is a pair of Alfani new with tags, wide leg black culotte, tummy control tie waist pants. These were size 24W. I got these out of a bulk, again, that's BULQ. They're a wholesale company, a bulk box of department store shelf pulls, and they sold for $20. And then I didn't have any sales for like 4 days straight, which isn't abnormal on Poshmark, but the way that things were moving the past couple of days, it was a little strange. But finally, the sale came through. It was a J. Crew Mercantile blue floral tiered ruffle sleeve blouse. It sold for $15, and that was an offer that I sent to the customer. Then we have a pair of jeans that sold really fast, and I had a feeling that they would. They were a pair of Madewell Athletic Slim men's jeans. They were a button fly. They came out of my ThredUp denim rescue box. I sent a liker an offer of $32 with discounted shipping, and they sold within a day of me listing them. Then we have a new with tags Chantel black t-shirt bra. This was padded. It had underwire in it. I got this out of a ThredUp fun box, and it sold for $22. And the customer and I did go back and forth on a price. I think I originally listed it at $35, and I got kind of lowball offers, but we met in the middle of $22, and I was very happy with that profit. And then weirdly enough, I had 2 Cynthia Rowley sales on the same day. Like, that never happens. In fact, I have Cynthia Rowley items that I've had listed for years, and then all of a sudden these come. The first Cynthia Rowley item was a black sleeveless dress that had like this shredded kind of ruffly look on the sleeves, very bouncy rayon fabric. It was a size large. It sold for $20, and that was an offer that I sent the customer. And then another Cynthia Rowley bluish, purplish, floral, 100% linen button front shirt. It sold for $17. I didn't make as much of a profit as I would have liked because this came out of my Jomar Mature Brands box, which unfortunately things were damaged in there, so my cost of goods was a lot higher, but still happy with that $17 sale. All right, so on Poshmark, of my 15 sales, we had $291 in sales, $59.45 in fees. I gave out a lot of shipping discounts this time, $16.44 worth, giving me a profit of $215.11, and my average sales price per each item that sold was $19.40. Next, moving on to eBay, where we had 20 sales. I am so thankful that eBay is finally up and running. At least it feels like that. I just hope the momentum continues. If you remember in my previous What Sold video from the last 2 weeks of April, I sold these vintage Rand McNally maps. So in the original listing, I had 4 maps that I lotted together and I listed them for $40. Someone asked me if I could split 2 of them, which I did, and they purchased for $20 in April. And then this time I decided to list the 2 maps that I had left separately because I thought maybe they would sell separately. Nope. The day after I listed them, someone messaged me asking if they could combine the 2 items and combine shipping and purchase both of them. And I said, absolutely no problem. So these were the South America and West Indies map, and they sold for $18. So this was actually a really quick flip. I purchased these on April 8th. I think I listed them maybe a week or 2 later of me purchasing them, and they all sold within a week of me listing. So if you find maps like these or any kind of old vintagey maps, these were unsealed, not opened, brand new. So I think that helped, but definitely keep your eye out or at least look up comps when you see something in the store. Next up is a Pendleton Paisley button front cardigan. This was a silk blend. Very pretty. I actually purchased this in a bundle with some other things to resell from Poshmark. I think someone was doing like a 5 for $25 deal or something like that. So my cost of goods was a little high, but this still sold for $28.99, and that was my full asking price. Next is a Woman Within New Without Tags coral pink open front knit cardigan. This came out of a Jomar shelf pull item of plus size brands, and they basically were items from the Romans umbrella, which is a plus size catalog brand. So this sold for $15, and that was an offer that someone sent to me. Next is a vintage men's shirt. This was the brand Colors by Alexander Julian. It was a striped short sleeve shirt. I think I had the keyword rainbow in it because it did have rainbow or multicolored stripes, and I thought it would be good for Pride season, which is coming up in June. And it was just a very nice lightweight cotton shirt. It sold for $14.50, and this came out of a Jomar men's shirt box. Casual and career, I think is what it was. Next is kind of a cool sale, but also kind of a bummer sale. So it was a Lucky Brand Patchwork Suede purse. This thing was so cool, so in right now with the whole quilted jackets kind of thing. Unfortunately, it was broken. So the top handle was connected to 2 D-rings on the side, and one side was broken, and the previous owner had just tied the extra leather around it. It looked kind of silly. So I tried to fix it myself. I purchased a leather repair kit, but the leather was way too thick for me to use with the needles that were provided in that kit. So I ended up cutting the excess leather and using E6000, which is a crafting glue for jewelry. I mean, you could do like a lot of things, but I mainly use it for my broken jewelry and things like that. And that actually worked. I put plenty of glue inside, and then I used a clothespin to hold it down and waited overnight. I think I actually waited 24 hours to check on it. I checked on it, it was dry, and I pulled really hard. I put some heavy items in the purse, put it on my shoulder, and it worked. So obviously I did disclose it. I listed it for about $35. It had so many likes and so many watchers, and I knew it was just a matter of time before someone purchased it. Someone sent me an offer for $25. Since it was the only offer I had and I had listed it for about 5 days, I went ahead and accepted it. I haven't gotten feedback yet, but I also haven't gotten a return for it. So hopefully they love it and hopefully they can either get it fixed professionally or just wear it as is. Next is an Alex Marie floral asymmetrical dress. This dress was so pretty. I actually don't know why it didn't sell. This was from 2019. I did a local buyout from a vintage store that was closing. She did vintage and modern stuff. And I just thought this would be a perfect dress to wear to like a wedding, as a wedding guest. But alas, it never sold. So I lowered it down to $5.99 and someone purchased it for that full asking price. Next up, we have a dragon black glass ball silver tone necklace. So it was a little dragon that was holding a little black ball glass. At least I think it was glass, and it was really hard to see. Like I couldn't see through it because it was in the dragon, and then it was on a silver chain. This came out of a Goodwill jewelry lot that I purchased a while ago, and it sold for $13.99. It almost looked like it was never even worn. The next 3 sales were all items that I had on my auction, the 148 auctions that I did. No one wanted to purchase them, so I lowered them all to $5.99. The first was a Loft abstract print front pocket high-low tank top. Very lightweight, perfect for the summer. Someone purchased this for my full asking price of $5.99. Then we have an American Eagle soft and sexy gray choker long sleeve shirt. Had this really cool cutout with a choker at the neckline. I sent someone an offer for $4.50. They accepted. Then we have a Not Your Daughter's Jeans coral colored blouse. This had like a mesh detail up on the shoulders, and then the rest of it was a very soft material. Someone purchased it for $5.99, which was my asking price. Next up is a fleece jacket that sold in May. eBay knows no seasons, that's for sure. It was a North Face green fleece jacket. I believe this was called the Gordon Lyons jacket. I'll obviously put the listing up here so you can see. This is the second time that I've sold a fleece jacket of this model from the North Face. The other one was gray. This I purchased from Salvation Army for $7.99. It was hiding in the women's section, but people weren't looking for jackets, so I found it. And someone sent me an offer for $34 and I obviously accepted. It was a quick flip too. The next sale is a bunch of books that were given to me for free. These were vintage Pierce Anthony Bio of a Space Tyrant series. There were 5 books. I don't remember if that was the full collection or not, but I listed them, as what I had, and someone purchased them for my full asking price of $19.99. Then we have a sale that went through the global shipping program. This was a New with Tags Michael Kors Ivy Green grommet lace-up casual maxi dress that had a super high slit. This was a size large. This came out of a bulk box. Again, that's BULQ. And I sent someone an offer for $35.75 and it went to the UK. Next sale is a purse that I purchased from ThredUp. I did pay up for this purse. It was in their assorted brands list. It was an Anna Lucchini red and black leather purse. This purse was a little bit of a gamble when I purchased it because there weren't too many comps to compare to. However, the ones that did sell sold for like over $70 to $100. So I paid about $20 for the purse. I've had it since November of 2020 and I've only had 1 or 2 offers and they were super low. So someone sent me a $60 offer and, I weighed the consequences of not making enough money versus moving kind of a larger item out of my inventory, and I chose to accept it. So my overall profit after fees and everything was around $25. Next is a Talbot's Woman Chambray tunic blouse. This sold for $17.99 and it came out of my Cozy Threads Talbot's box. It actually had no size, so I measured it and I tried it on myself and hopefully it fits the customer. And I did include measurements in the listing as well. I was recently given a bag of bras that were free to me. A lot of them were new with tags, which is awesome. So this one sold pretty fast within just a few days. It was a new with tags, Olga purple embroidered floral bra. So the back of it was mesh, but it had these little embroidered flowers, and then the cups itself were plain solid purple. I do think that this is an older style just based off of the tags that it had, but it sold for $15.75, and that was an offer I sent to the customer. Then we have a Socialite red strappy tank top. This came in a ThredUp bulk rescue box, my 100 pounds box from 2019. It did have some stains on it. I did my best to stain treat it, but there were still some small remnants of the stain remaining, and it sold for $10. Then we have a Loft striped tan and pink linen shorts. These were really sad because they were new with tags. They were in great condition, perfect for the summer. I've had them since 2019 and no one wanted to purchase them. So I lowered them down to my $5.99 and sent the customer a $4.50 offer. And off they went. I still made a profit, so I'm not complaining, but it was a small profit of 78 cents. Hey, it's one less item in my inventory and I'm okay with that. Next we have a vintage Levi's gray acid wash shorts. These had elastic waist. These were actually my mom's, and I don't think she wore them from the 80s. I think she actually got them from a thrift store and just wore them a couple times. And one time she wore them to my house and I said, oh, those are really cool. Those would sell really well. And then the next time I saw her, she gave them to me. So I love my mom. So they sold for $14 and someone was actually going to be wearing them to a party. I'm assuming an 80s or 90s themed party, and off they went for $14. Then the last thing to sell from May 1st through the 15th was an Avon faux gem gold tone necklace and earring set. These had really cute little like pastel colored stones. They were just plastic and they were in really great condition. I highly doubt anyone ever wore them, and they sold for $10. So of my 20 eBay sales, I made $359.93 in sales. I made a profit in shipping of $25.48 because what the customer pays versus what I pay is a little bit more, so I do make a profit off of that. Fees this time was $88.19, giving me a profit of $297.22. And now moving on to my total numbers. I had a total of 37 sales, $666.93 in sale dollars. Fees were $140.73. My cost of goods this time was $143.01, and my total profit was $383.19. And my average cost for each item that sold for my cost of goods was $3.87, which is right underneath $4. That is exactly where I like to keep it. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope that your sales are picking up as well, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know how your sales are going. If there's one specific platform that's doing better than the other, drop it down below. I love interacting with all of my followers, and if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up before you leave, I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you're not subscribed and you like What Sold videos and unboxings, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!